Hey besties, welcome back to the CouchPod. If you're new to this podcast, my name is Bree. I'm the host of Bree's CouchPod. If you're an OG, thanks so much for being here with me today. Okay, let's get right into it. We are on episode 7, I think. I hope it's 7. I really want to say it's 7. If you can tell by the title, today's episode is Stop Blaming Yourself. Before we get into that, y'all know me. I like to cover a lot of things before we really get into it. So, the first thing, always, I just want to thank you guys for the love and support you guys show to every episode. I'm just thankful for all the kindness and encouragement that is always sent my way. It means so much to me, and it makes me feel so special in so many ways. So I'm thankful. You guys have my gratitude for the rest of my life, literally. Okay, 75 Soft update. If you saw my last episode, I talked about my 75 Soft journey and me beginning it, starting it. I just really want to talk about that. I'm on day 13, 14 right now, I think, something like that. I'm almost at the 2-week mark. So I feel really good about it. At first, I was kind of struggling. I didn't really know, if I was going to be able to do it and, fulfill my time. But, as the days go on, I'm learning what works for me in terms of implementing it into my routine, making sure that I have time for it, and just keeping myself accountable, things like that. And I feel like that was the whole point of me even wanting to do this and start this journey, start this challenge. So I feel like that's been really, really helpful for me. Also, please ignore my clothes. I have to go to work after this, so I'm in my business casual clothing. So just bear with me, yeah. With that, I just been working out. I've been a lot better about buying groceries. We have not ate out. I only ate out twice. And one, I just really needed Texas Roadhouse. I was on my cycle. I needed it really bad. And then we did a family dinner with my parents. So it was I was obligated to eat out. I've been working out. I've been trying to mix it up. So I do want to try a Pilates class this week. I have one scheduled for the beginning of September as of right now. The other day, me and Noah tried couples yoga. It was really, really good. I feel like we did it literally in our house. We found a video on YouTube and just did it together. That was really fun. It's just a different way to get my body moving and be active and still get in my workout. I did get back into the gym and kind of do a little bit of weight training. Mainly my focus has been walks and getting up in the morning and taking a walk. I know that I have to work out in the morning or I will not be motivated to finish it by the end of the day. So just really working on that and holding myself accountable when I wake up in the morning, you got to get up and get after it. What else? I think that's really it. If you guys want to see more of my journey, I am vlogging every day of Studying by Soft on my Instagram and my TikTok. So I will have that linked in the description for you guys. Okay, let's get into topics. Cancel podcasts. I'm not going to say too much because I feel like there's already a lot of discourse on it all over the internet, and I don't really feel like I need to give a think piece. But all I want to say is I'm disappointed but not surprised, especially because literally last week I was just binging all their episodes. I was really eating up their content, especially all the Clinton Kane stuff, if you've been paying attention to specifically Brooke's storyline. And just to hear that happened is wow. Okay. I don't know. It's just disappointing. I think in the era of influencers and social media stars that you'd think we'd be over this part. Not everybody has to have a racist past. You don't have to have one, but for some reason you do. And I don't know if that's on the application when they get sent on the stairway to stardom or what. But it's just kind of ridiculous and it's disappointing, and that's all. It's just a really ignorant thing to say. And there's a lot that I could say, but it's nothing that nobody else has already said. And the Olympics. So the Olympics are officially over. They ended, today's Wednesday. They ended, I think, a day ago, 2 days ago. The Olympics are officially over. Baby, go give Jordan her medal back. Give Jordan her medal back. There is no reason that girl should have took her medal. And have the nerve to say we didn't submit the appeal within the minute timeline? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? They did. She submitted it 47 seconds, and they put out a statement 55 seconds after the ruling. Jaw, floor. Noah Lyles. That man did not deserve his Olympic medal. Yes, like USA, USA till I die. He did not need that medal. He did not deserve that medal. Y'all could have let Jamaica have it. Y'all should have let Jamaica have it. The way he acted, I can't even. It hurts my brain to even think about it. Like, y'all just heard me stutter. That's how badly it's hurting my brain. This video of Tyreek Hill, hold on, listen. Okay, so if y'all don't know anything else about Noah Lyles, he did all that. I'm the fastest man in the world, I'm the fastest man in the world. Lost all the races previous to that race. And had the nerve to quote himself as said, fastest man in the world. And then Anthony Edwards, who, if I'm not mistaken, was on the USA basketball team this year. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm actually looking it up right now. USA basketball team 2024 roster. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, okay. USA basketball finalized its men's roster. It's LeBron James, of course, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, love him down, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Derek White, and Tyrese Halliburton. Okay. Anthony, he said, I'm not going to a shoe release. Adidas had a shoe release for Anthony Edwards. He's like, I'm not going to a shoe release for a man who couldn't even make it to the playoffs, who has never been in the NBA Finals. This is the same man that just went out and won an Olympic medal. Actually earned his medal rightfully. Okay, I'm scrolling on TikTok, y'all, and this is a video from, this is the video from Tyreek Hill, okay? I'm gonna play it into the microphone.
Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to come out and pretend like he's sick. I feel like that's like horseradish. So for him to do that and say that we're not world champions of like our sport, it says come on, bro, like just speak on what you know about. You know what I'm saying? And that's track.
Would you like to race him when he gets home?
I will beat Noah Lyles.
You think so?
I will beat Noah Lyles.
Like by a lot?
No, I won't beat him by a lot, but I will beat Noah Lyles.
I'd like to see that happen.
Noah Lyles can't say.
Like, are you kidding me? So what he's talking about basically is when he lost those races previously, he was like, oh, I'm sick, I had COVID. You weren't sick, you didn't have COVID. You just needed an opt-out. You needed a way to be like, oh, well, I didn't lose because I'm not the fastest. You lost because you're not the fastest. He won his medal on a technicality. Like, y'all all saw the instant rewind. Y'all saw the replay. We know, we seen it. You should not have won that medal for a baby. But toodaloo, I guess. Moving right along because I'm done wasting my breath on that man. Y'all, okay, last thing I'm going to talk about, that's the drama. It ends with us. I was so disappointed. One, okay, I have not seen the movie, and will I go see the movie? Absolutely not. One, I'm going to start by saying this. You going to keep Rafael Solano's name out your mouth, Blake Lively. Serena Vanderwoodson, keep Rafael Solano's name out of your mouth, period. We do not play about him. We get down about him over here. Okay? Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I love Gossip Girl down. I think Serena is a great, I think Blake is a great Serena. Serena's a great Blake, too, because they're the same person, if we're being honest. And all the discourse about Serena and Ryan Reynolds always playing the same character. It's true. Don't get me wrong. Deadpool, it's a good movie. It's a good, he did help revive the Marvel storyline, all of those things. Put that aside. This is a movie that Justin Baldoni, Rafael Solano, was directing himself. You so badly needed control over a project that you became a producer. And then during the writer's strike, had your husband, who is just funneling money, buttering up Colleen Hoover, the author of this book, just so he can edit a scene and rewrite a scene during the Writers Guild, do a job that people are begging to be paid more for. I don't have words. It's just all really disappointing because I didn't want Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds to be those people. But unfortunately, I guess they are those people. And all the PR of grab your girls, bring your florals, and come watch It Ends With Us. No. Have you even read the book? I feel like aside from them beefing, they're beefing because Justin Baldoni was the only person who got the point of the book. I don't know if Colleen Hoover knows the point of the book anymore, and she's the person who wrote it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? The whole point is domestic violence. It Ends With Us is literally the last line in the book. She's telling her child that the cycle of domestic violence ends with us, that I will not allow you to live in this. And y'all have the nerve to try to make this a girly rom-com movie. This is not a Barbenheimer moment. This is not a Deadpool It Ends With Us weekend. No, absolutely not. And it's really sad that the own author couldn't even put her foot down because she so badly, excuse my language, she so badly wanted to kiss Blake Lively's ass that you couldn't even send on business to be like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this is not what my book is about. For all the women that loved the book, for all the women that loved the book and were looking forward to going to see this movie because of how healing the book was to them, imagine how disappointed they are that you turn this into La La Land, not the actual movie, but you get what I'm saying. Like, what? There's nothing cute, there's nothing funny about this. I don't need my florals, I need tissues. Read the room, Blake, but whatever. Moving right along, let's get into it, okay? Like I said, the title of this episode is Stop Blaming Yourself. So, okay. I first want to talk about the different kinds of friendships and what friend are you. So when I say stop blaming yourself, I'm talking about relationships. Stop blaming yourself for the way things have happened in your life. Things are just supposed to happen the way they happen, okay? Now, if something is really truly your fault, that's different. But you cannot always blame yourself for somebody else's actions. You cannot blame yourself for the things that you can't control. So when I talk about the different types of friendships, I'm talking about just the different type of people that you come in contact with. And this is just going to be like opportunistic friends. I call these friends FUIs, like a DWI, or no, like a DUI. Friends under the influence. These are people that you're only friends with to go out. These are friends you only go get drinks, like y'all smoke, y'all do a little sesh, whatever it is, okay? There's also close proximity or convenience friends. This happens a lot when, let's say, I've experienced this, when one of our really close friends gets into a relationship, we tend to befriend their partner. We kind of talk to them a little bit more, get to know them. And it's like we're friends because we're in close proximity, or it's a coincidence that you're dating somebody I know or you know somebody that I know. This can also be like you're only friends with somebody because y'all see each other at school every day, or you have a class together, or you're coworkers, or anything along those lines. The other ones are like the secret hater. We all know the secret hater friend. It's very subtle. It's very subliminal. Secret hater and the mean girl friend also kind of go hand in hand because they're both low-key the same and they share very similar characteristics. The next one is going to be your childhood friend. These are just going to be the friends that you grew up with, the friends that you've probably known the longest. Next are going to be your adulthood friends. These are probably going to be the people that took the place of your childhood friends after you left high school, or when you got into high school, or after college, or once you got married and had kids, things like that. And then the last one is going to be just the unexpected friendship. These are going to be people that you probably would have never imagined being in your life. But these are people that you're probably friends with, but you never thought your guys' relationship was going to get, this elevated. Y'all were going to be this close to one another one day. So just with that, there's also different types of romantic relationships. And I'm not going to be able to cover all of this in one episode. So like I said, I'm going to try to keep it a little short and sweeter for y'all today. But I'm still, gonna get the message across. Different types of relationships. I feel like there's the first relationship, like you're in high school. It's just puppy love, you know what I mean? Like you're in high school, like it's literally rose-colored glasses 24/7. Like you don't really understand what's going on. It's just like, oh, like hee hee ha ha, like la 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 la. And y'all are just in high school. Y'all are just kids. Y'all are kids. Y'all are just kids and in love in the capacity of what you know love to be at the time. Another one's going to be like the relationship where you find out who you are. So it's going to be a relationship where it's like y'all are both growing. Y'all are both, like let's say early 20s. Y'all are both in your college years. You're discovering yourself. You're building a new life for yourself. You're trying to figure out who it is that you want to be. Where do you want your life to go? What even do you want out of your life at this point? Another one is going to be your soulmate. The person that is your forever. And you're supposed to be with them. You've loved them since you've known it. You've always loved them. And I'm not saying this is going to be your most perfect relationship, but this is going to be the person that you've always felt the most connected to, that you just knew you're supposed to end up with, your end all be all. And it's going to be your standards relationship. I call this a standards relationship, meaning you were with this person, you were able to look at all the aspects of your relationship, all the aspects of who they are, who you are at the time, and to learn and understand, okay, this is not what I want to settle for. This is not what I want in a partner. This is not what I want to give as a partner. Things like that. And it just helps you alter your brain, kind of just really level up in a way of like, okay, I see kind of what's going on here. I'm not really too big of a fan of this. I don't really like this from my life, and I got to switch it up. The last one is going to be survival. And as you get older, and I say this like I'm 45, but I feel like the older we get, and I see this a lot now, and it kind of makes me really sad. But as you see this a lot, you will see a lot of women or men, it doesn't really matter who it is, you will see a lot of people end up in relationships because they're convenient and they need to survive. It's a very common thing for if you see somebody, constantly their partner is, cheating on them, their partner's not treating them correctly, abusing them emotionally, physically, verbally, any kind of way, and they put up with it because they live together or they have kids together, things like that, and they're staying with this person out of a need to just survive, out of a need to just stay afloat. Even though they're suffering in different aspects of their life, they're staying with them because they haven't figured out what their new living situation is going to be. They haven't figured out what new job they're going to be able to get and things like that. They're staying simply because they are in survival mode and they just need to figure out how to move on with their day-to-day. So with that, like I said, there's so many relationships, and you may not experience them all. Some of them will coincide with one another. Relationships do evolve. So you could go from being, the find out who you are relationship, and that person is also your soulmate relationship. You could be going from close proximity, convenience, friendship to an unexpected friendship. You could be going from you could transition from childhood friends to adulthood friends. You could transition from unexpected friends to adulthood friends, lifelong friends, things like that. But there are some times where just relationships, friendships come to an end. And when I say relationships, I'm just talking about any relationship as a whole. So, like I said, friendships included. With this, I think the most important thing of when something ends is to look at a situation and be able to take accountability. And I feel like with a lot of this, fallout happens, and when a fallout happens, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, things just get messy. Things get messy, and nobody is able to see clearly. It's like you're driving on the road, and somebody has taken the brake pads out. You're not able to stop and just look around. You're not able to put anything in park because it feels like it's snowballing in a sense. And I feel like the first thing that has to happen in order for you to possibly heal from this, or to even be able to talk it out with this other person or come to anybody or vent to somebody else, you have to take accountability for what has happened on your own part. And this is coming from somebody who really struggled with this. I definitely practice this a lot more now in my relationships, all across the board. Of just being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and be like, I see how me doing that could have made you feel that way. I see how my actions could have hurt you, or how my action affected you being able to do this, or how my words affected you being able to move on from something. And I think the first way that we can take accountability is just, it allows for you to heal and reconcile. And I'll kind of touch on the healing and reconciling a little bit later. But with taking accountability, don't let it's a fine line between taking accountability and allowing somebody to push you over and you just taking blame for everything, when sometimes it's not your fault. Because like I said, like the title of this episode is, you have to stop blaming yourself. Everything is a two-way street. Everybody plays their own part in some way, and the better we become as people about realizing that, yes, you did something to me, but I also did something to you. And you had feelings about it, which may have caused you to do something to me, and vice versa. And a lot of the times you could think, well, no, I didn't do that to you because you did this to me. But even subconsciously, we have to try and rework our brains to understand that maybe I did do this, and I secretly did it on purpose, but I didn't even know that I was doing it on purpose. And I feel like I talk about in my Girls Girl episode, it's very important to communicate those things, to be like, hey, you kind of did this, made me feel this way. How do I, do you have any feelings about this? Did you feel this way? How did you perceive it? And with accountability, perception and perspective is everything. You are never going to be perceived the way that you perceive yourself. And that's okay. There's somebody who may perceive you in the brightest light, who sees a halo over you, who sees a glow behind your body when you walk in the room. And there are some people that do not see that. There are some people that won't even allow a light to shine over you. And that is also okay. You don't have to be everybody's sunshine, and not everybody is going to be your sunshine. And with that being said, you're also always going to be the villain in someone's story. Take it from me, this happens to me more often than I can even account for. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm always doing something to somebody, or like I'm always falling out with people, because that's not the case. It's little situations that we face in day to day, but I know me and the way that I can come off to others. I know that my face, my words, sometimes my tone, I can be a little stern, I can be a little too upfront sometimes, and that can be taken the wrong way. And I know that to somebody it's like, oh, she's being mean, excuse my language, she's being a bitch, like she's just not nice, she doesn't know how to talk to people, she's not gentle with her words. And that's not even the case. But to somebody, nothing you do or nothing you say is going to make them happy or take them out of that viewpoint of view. And that's okay. Just like with a friendship breakup, with a romantic breakup, you just might end up being the villain. This person could say, oh, she did X, Y, and Z to me, and you never did any of it. But she did that to you. This person could say, oh, he did X, Y, and Z to me, and he never did any of it. He never cheated on you. He never put his hands on you. He never spoke ill of you. Anything along those lines. And it's interchangeable for everybody. But I think when you're able to look at yourself, and you don't have to take when I say take accountability, you're not just doing it for them. Like, you're doing it for me. Like, okay, I know I did this. How can I better myself? That doesn't mean I need to apologize to this person always, because sometimes there are just things that are not reconcilable, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have to look at yourself and be like, you know what? This could have been handled differently on your end. You could have said something, did something, anything else differently along those lines. And just be able to mentally check yourself and be like, okay, I need to grow from this. This is how I know I need to change my ways. And like I said, there are some people that will just never want to hear that from you, and that's okay. There are some people that just want to be done with you and let it be done. And those are the people that are supposed to walk away. Let them walk away. You do not have to stay for them. You are not required to fix anything for anybody except for yourself. You owe nobody nothing. You owe nobody nothing. You don't even have to hold the door open for them if they want to go. They know how to show themselves out. They are okay. So like I said, just the whole thing of you're always going to be the villain in somebody's story. It happens to everybody. And there are going to be some relationships where y'all just won't see eye to eye on it at all. Ever. And that's fine. Y'all are both the villain in each other's stories, but you have nothing to prove. And the more at peace you become with the situation, the more that you will be able to understand that sometimes you just did the best you could, and that's okay. You gave everything you could to this relationship, and you tried to gain as much as you could to learn something, and cherish the memories, cherish what was there, but it's okay to let it go. You have nothing to prove. You don't have to get on social media and let everybody know what happened. You don't have to come on a podcast. You don't have to get on TikTok, get on your Instagram stories, get on Facebook, whatever it is that you do, and try to prove yourself to somebody who does not care. Try to prove yourself and waste your breath to somebody who is never going to give you the respect that you deserve. Point blank, period. You don't owe that to nobody at all. And even I've been in a situation where somebody just was not being a good friend to me, and I was very frustrated. I was very hurt by it, and the only person I was venting to about it was my partner. And I was telling my mom about it on occasion, but I was even trying to keep my emotion to a minimum about it, because I just felt like I was really trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt. I was really trying to hold on to what I could of this friendship, of the relationship, and I just had to learn to just process as the days came, and just kind of put as much peace as I could into my body and into my soul, so that I stopped giving this so much energy. And this other person was telling other people, was telling her friends, was telling people like, oh, she was doing this and this to me, I don't like her, da 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 da. And I had no idea for a long time. And after I found out, I was really upset. I was really bothered. So I began to be more comfortable speaking about it to my friends and to the people that I know. And little did I know that everybody around me already knew because she had told them. And having found that out, I was just like, okay. And hearing all the things that they were saying, she was giving them the wrong story. Now me, I'm not the person that's going to twist the story to make myself look better. I'm the person who's showing you screenshots, who's literally showing you word for word what is happening in real life. And for me, I was lied on, like point blank period. And I was really upset about it. I was very, very hurt. And I was still trying to reconcile. I was still trying to reach out. I was still trying to repair what I thought was left. And little did I know that this person was already done and had locked the door, and I was left in a room in the dark all by myself. And after I just completely like been done with it, and officially, I say officially, went on our own ways and just decided, you know what? What's his the big grandma saying? You ain't got shit to say to me, I ain't got shit to say to you. And I just stay out of your way. That's the way we worked that one. That's exactly what that was. And I just had to leave you where you were at because there's nothing I can do for you, and there's clearly nothing that you can do for me. And I felt really obliged for a long time that I had to prove myself, that I had to let everybody know, like, oh, no, I didn't do this, and no, like, that didn't happen, or no, she's perceiving me a different way. But I also had to remind myself that even if nobody knows what happened for real, even if nobody sees my true character, if you don't think that highly of my character that I wouldn't do that, you're not my friend for real anyways. If you don't think that highly of my character, that you would think, no, there has to be more to the story, because there's always two sides to a story. I don't need to engage in this. I don't want any parts with it. I'm not going to continue to rack my brain over it. And another thing that really allowed me to make peace with it is nobody else might have saw what you did, but you know who did see it? God. Nobody else might have saw you use unkind words with me. Nobody else might have saw you being a terrible friend to me. Nobody else might have saw you being passive aggressive, being unkind, putting me in terrible emotional situations, but God saw you. Nobody saw the way that you were speaking about me, but God saw you. Nobody heard your thoughts. Nobody could see your feelings, see your heart, but God saw it. And if there's anybody who's going to take care of me, if there's anybody who knows my character, who knows my heart, is God. And with that, I found so much peace in the fact that I just knew he was going to handle it. I knew that I didn't have to do no more. I know that I could bow out and I could step away gracefully because I don't have to deal in this no more. I don't have to dip my hands in this water. I washed my hands of it and I let it go. Because God literally told me, I got you. Don't worry about it. And that's exactly what happens in situations like that. And I'm going to wrap this up and keep it cute and keep it short today. That was the first step to me really truly healing from it. Now, am I fully recovered? Am I fully over it? No. But instead of turning to my friends, instead of turning to my partner, turning to my mom, the person that I turn to is God. That's the person that I look at all the time and say, you know what? I know that you're taking care of it. I know that you're taking care of me. I know that you're putting light in my heart. You're putting light on my body. You are surrounding me in a new environment, in a healthy environment for me to heal from this. And yes, there's always room for reconciliation in certain relationships. Like I said, there are some situations you do not have to reconcile with nobody. It might not even be safe for you to go and try to reach out and reconcile with them. And you don't have to. That's not what I'm saying. But I know that me personally, I'm not ready to reconcile. There's a lot of things that like I still need to process on my own. There's a lot of feelings that I have not fully processed and felt and did all the things that I need to in order to work it out of my body, work it out of my soul. And I know that I can't do it until I reach that point. I can't reconcile with you until I reach a point of thinking about the situation, of looking at you, of remembering what happened to me, and just feeling peace, and just feeling control, and feeling serenity, and not feeling like I'm still stuck in what happened to me, not feeling like I'm still reliving it, not feeling like I'm still suffering from the trauma that was induced to me. And yeah, with that, I just really want to close. I didn't really mean to make this like a whole God thing, but my Lord and Savior, girl. I just really want to close with that and just kind of allow that to like sit on your mind and just really think about, okay, what is something that like I haven't really made peace with? What is something that I could make peace with? If you need to reconcile with somebody, if you've been meaning to reconcile with somebody, reconcile with them. They're not always going to be accepting of it. They may not be accepting of it. But like I said, as long as you do your part to take care of you, everything else is going to work out in your favor. And like I said, I had to tell myself the same thing. I had to take care of me. I had to pick up my bootstraps, put on my big girl pants, and get on with my life and move on and do what I need to do for me. And I know all of you can do the same. I am wishing the best for you all. I'm rooting for you all. Y'all always know, like I always say, my DMs are open. The comments are open. Talk to your community. You can do it. And I believe in you all. Thank y'all so much for listening to today's episode. I will see you guys in the next one right back here on the couch. Goodbye.